What's going on, people? This is Mr. Pac with the TMP podcast, and I want to appreciate everybody that keeps liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. Without you, this channel wouldn't be possible. I always have to start the episode with that. And here we go again, man. This time I'm not going to do the 50 Jim Jones, Papoose, 50 Clarissa Shields, none of that. I just finished watching the Drink Champs interview with Turk on it, special guest Turk. And Turk he said a lot of stuff about mostly Juvenile. That's why I put the title, Turk Goes Off on Juvenile on Drink Champs, because he had a lot of stuff to say mostly about Juvie. He speaks on the BG situation, that BG calling his wife Goofy and all this, that BG went to the Breakfast Club and called his wife Goofy. He said he wanted to put hands on BG, but he said he's not on that BS no more, that BG's his brother, this and that. He talked about Birdman. He talks about Manny Fresh wanted to give him a beat, that he called Manny Fresh, and Manny Fresh told him he's a DJ, that he's no longer doing beats. A lot of crazy stuff that Turk is saying. But the one that caught my eye and really caught my ear, I say my eye, right? But the one that caught my ear, I don't know if it's just me, but this is what I got from what Turk was saying, that he didn't mention any names, but he said, I did time and I didn't rat on nobody. And DJ EFN and Nori try to ask him, what do you mean by that? He's like, yeah, I didn't rat on nobody. What I got about that is basically Turk wanted to say, what, I did time for somebody in Cash Money. Maybe Birdman, maybe Juvie, maybe BG. I don't think BG, right? But because BG did his time too, and we all know that he didn't rat, he didn't do nothing. He did 15 years, and but he was kind of saying, I ain't gonna get into it, but they know what I'm talking about. I did time, this and that, and that kind of got my attention a little bit, because I was like, is he trying to say that he did time maybe for Birdman, maybe for Juvie, because he mostly got at Juvenile, you know what I mean? He was going off on Juvenile, because he said that Juvenile has been doing some shady stuff. He's been doing some shady business, that most of the stuff that Turk's done ever since he has come back from jail, that Juvenile has been like the middleman, and most of the time Juvie basically just plays around with his money. That's what he's saying. And that's why I was like, you know what, let me do this little quick episode so y'all could go watch it. Go watch the new interview. And maybe I'm tripping, maybe I'm, not listening right or whatever. But that's what I got from whatever Turk was saying. And even Nori and DJ EFN, they kind of said, because Turk kept saying that I did time, I didn't snitch on nobody, and they know who they are, and this and that. And they were like, what do you mean? So, but Turk didn't want to say it, even though he's saying a lot of stuff. And he explains it, he explains that, he was kicked off the tour, not basically because of BG. He was kicked off the tour because Juvenile, he was doing some shady business, basically. He was doing some weird shit, And like I said, that's why I put on the title that Turk Goes Off on Juvenile, because mostly he's talking about Juvie the most, that Juvie does this, Juvie does that. And we heard it before, from Young Buck, that, that if y'all haven't seen that interview where Young Buck goes off on Juvenile, saying that Juvenile left them and this and that, and we heard other stories about Juvenile. But, even though Juvenile, he's a legend, he's he changed the game. And I don't know, hopefully they get this stuff situated, because yeah, man, they could get a lot of money together, man. They could get a lot more money together. And, he talks about a lot of stuff, man. And like I say, he just basically goes off on Juvenile. So if you haven't watched the interview, go watch it. It's out now on YouTube. And give me your thoughts, man. Give me your thoughts. And if you already watched it, let me know if you kind of, see or hear what I hear. You know what I mean? I think, Turk was trying to say that he did some time for somebody in Cash Money, but he just didn't say it. But like I say, he was basically going off a little more on Juvie, man. So let me know what y'all think. Hope you guys are having a good day. Hope you guys have a good week. Hope you guys have a good weekend, because it's the weekend. Today's Saturday. So keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing, and let's go, man. Let's get it. You already know, work on top of work. Yup.